Hello friends, we're here today for some good old-fashioned Nancy Drew Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. I've got my sleuth style Ghost Dog shirt, I got my flannel, I got my Junior Park Ranger pin, I got my tea, and I'm ready to go. I hope we're all ready for some mooning, because that's what this game's all about, right? Mooning? We're doing Junior for baby gamers. That's me, baby's first video game. I have never played a video game in my life before today. I think this will be a real challenge for me.
Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in
Wait, I need some more context. What are these photos that Nancy's dad has up in his office?
We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she
What does Daddy Drew want to display on his office wall?
Over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately, but weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone.
Look at Nancy's fancy fucking convertible. Dang.
She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait.
Sally's so fancy with her car phone.
Part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away. Another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Okay, we've checked into our Airbnb. Gotta be honest, it's not really as advertised. It's a little bit run down. It's kind of gross. And what does this say over here?
Floorboards. Watch your...
Yeah, not giving this Airbnb a good rating. I fell and I broke my back and I died. So really not a good start to my vacation at Moon Lake, I would say. Yeah, health and safety hazard in here, Sally McDonald. But I don't know, I see the potential here. I see the vision. It's cute. It's got like a theme. I only noticed this recently, but I am obsessed with the dog chandelier. What could be better than that? I think we're waiting for a call from Sally. I thought she would have called me by now. Sally, what's going on, babe? Nancy, I'm really, really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's in Philadelphia. Door is open. Make yourself at home. We'll call you from my car. P.S. Please don't hate me. Too late, Sally. Too late. It's a lot of bleach, Sally. Got the classic Nancy Drew sink shot. They just love objectifying some sinks. Get well water tested ASAP. ASAP. Okay, we got a flashlight. We've got the classic map of the forest. Forest trails. Harry, thought you could use this map to the cemetery. You'll find lots of bait along the way, especially at night. Foreshadowing. The cemetery's real hard to find. I got lost a bunch of times, but happy fishing, George. Stone pillar. Tree stump. Thanks. Thanks, George. Get dead tree cut down. Well, I don't think she needs to worry about that anymore. That's kind of problem solved itself. Some bottled water. Got all your essentials. Your bananas, your bottled water. Because, you know, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Oh, about fucking time, Sally. I've been waiting here, tapping my foot, waiting for the phone to ring. Babe,
hello?
What's going on?
Hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried.
You're right,
about you.
I do.
What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
Such a fucking pussy, Sally. What's to be scared of? Oh no, actually, haunted house. I mean, it's like right after Halloween, and I'm still kind of in like the Halloween-y mood, so I'm going for the haunted house option.
You make it sound like the house is haunted or something.
Not the house. The
Instead of
woods.
the passive-aggressive option. What's to be scared of, Sally?
What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
Maybe you should have thought of that before now, Sally.
One of your trees seems to have other plans for me.
What do you mean?
Unless someone who just happens to have a chainsaw. Unless, like, Leatherface stops by for a cup of tea. I think that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Let me put it this way. Unless someone who just happens to have a chainsaw just happens to come by, my car's not going anywhere.
Oh, the dead maple beside
But,
the
like, she's in the
driveway.
boonies.
Oh,
Surely
I
a
told
lot
you
of
it was in
people
danger of
out
falling
there
over
would
when I
have
had the place inspected.
chainsaws, like
I
being
just never got
chainsaw
around to
art
doing
in their
anything about
backyard
it.
and all that jazz.
Call M's
I don't know, I don't
Emporium.
think it's
That's
that
the store on the lake.
unlikely.
Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in any hurry to leave.
You will be. Okay, look. I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
Sally really doesn't know Nancy very well.
I can't just take off in your boat. It's pitch black outside.
This girl is tenacious.
Go around the house and lock all the doors and windows. Do that right now.
Sally, do you even know your own house?
There aren't any locks on the doors and windows. What are you so afraid of?
The dogs! Those dogs! Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
I think the question now is, who let the dogs out? Who? I won't go on. Can I just call Sally back?
Sally McDonald is currently unavailable. At the sound of the beep, please leave a message.
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy. Give me a call when you can. I'm at home. Or should I say at your home? Talk to you later.
I don't think I've ever done that, called Sally back, because I've never heard that weird electronic message before. Check out squeaking. Mice? Oh, heavens. Sounds like a ghost.
What is that?
Nancy, I'm pretty sure it's a ghost. I don't want to alarm you, but I think I know a ghost when I hear one, and ghosts go, ooh, ooh. Don't go out there, Nancy. Don't do it. Don't go
The
out
moon's
there.
so bright, I won't need my flashlight.
How nice. Oh my god. The ghost's out here, Nancy, you
Something's
fool.
out there.
It's the
Now
ghost.
look what you've done.
Oh no. Oh,
That was
god.
a Strix
It's more
variant.
terrifying than a
At least I
ghost.
think
It's a
it was.
man.
Never know for sure now, will I?
Actually, I mean, he does look very ghostly, like with his whole torso and the top of his head just missing. I would be convinced he was a ghost. The disappearing man. Yeah, who the fuck are you and why are you trespassing on my property, bitch?
Who are you?
The
My name's Red
audacity
Knott,
of this
And
man.
if you've got a volume knob, I'd appreciate your taking it down a notch before you scare away everything from here to Lancaster.
Sorry, my geography is not so good. I have no idea where Lancaster is.
I'm Nancy Drew. What were all those
Why does
voices
Nancy
happening
obey
just
him?
now?
Why does she
That was
listen to
me,
him?
Miss Nancy Drew calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from anyway?
Who the fuck gave you the right, Red Knott? He's like out here in like on Sally's property being like, how fucking dare you be on your property? How dare you? I, the trespasser, I'm not going to let this stand. Like, this is like male privilege personified.
I'm staying here in the old Malone place.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
Do you see two young women here, Red? Are you drunk? Are you seeing double? Because there's only little old me.
What do you know about the woman living here?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she give you permission to stroll around her property at night, sir? What do you think was scaring her? Oh, I know what was scaring her. This man right here.
What do you think was scaring her?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
What do the dogs do? Sounds like an alternate lyric for Who Let the Dogs Out.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear them howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery.
Is
just
that
beyond the
so?
house, you know. Them and
Is that so? Why is he trying so hard to scare me? Like, why? He's like, ooh, they're buried in the cemetery where you'll be buried soon too if you don't watch out, little missy. I notice you're not scared of these dogs, sir. Why's that? Why's that? You're here on the property. I don't know. I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm not a big fan of Red Knott.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first
Sorry,
attack, she stopped
I'm
going out
not
at night.
with a
Just
K
locked the doors
and
when I
two
got caught, they
T's.
sat tight and
Not a
held
big fan. Why haven't the police investigated these ghosts? These ghost dogs. Someone needs to get over here and arrest these ghost dogs for their ghost crimes.
The dogs would attack her house?
It's like they don't want anybody but Malone living there. I guess they don't know he's dead. And so are they.
Did she ever call the police?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
What the hell does he expect a park ranger is going to do about some ghost dogs? Like, literally, what can you do? He's not, like, probably not licensed to perform an exorcism or anything like that. I wouldn't assume park rangers were. He's not a ghost buster, I assume. Like, what is he supposed to do? Write the ghost dogs a ticket?
Do you live close by?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kind of my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Now that is
Are
spooky.
those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house.
One
Yes,
more thing.
sir.
The water in Sally's well needs to be tested. How do I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
You don't know my relationship status. Where'd you get off calling me Miss? Heavens. Oh, heavens. Well, at least there's one good thing. You know, Red Knott's right out there, so we can be assured that he's probably been torn to pieces by the ghost dog. So there's, like, one
This is not good.
small mercy. They're tearing him to shreds as we speak, biting his camouflage vest into little tiny pieces. They're very insistent. Oh my god, they're so spooky. Oh no. What am I to do? Well, guess it's time for bed. Oh, this game is great. That actually is quite unnerving how they shake the house, though, I will say. It's like, please, I've rented this Airbnb for the week. You'll have to wait your turn. I'm sorry.
Leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. When swans drift by on shimmering blue,
I
I'm
love
the one
Nancy
who
because she's the
plays
type
in
of
the
person
song
who
dew.
just read a
When
poem
autumn's
aloud
call
to
brings out
herself.
the deer,
She's
it is
all
I who
alone.
howls on mornings clear. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night.
God, I know Shakespeare is dead, but this poem taking him out. He needs to get a new job. They've just totally blown Shakespeare out of the water. Bet he's rolling in his grave. It's like, oh my god, wish I could have written that ghost dog poem. I regret Romeo and Juliet. I wrote all those really long plays when I could have written perfection in just four stanzas. 8 lines. Incredible. Is that the fridge? What a quaint little old-fashioned fridge. Alright, I got the PDA in this one. I heard www.herinteractive.com is a great place to learn about the latest detective techniques. I'll have to check it out when I get back home. Winky face. Oh, I sure will. Okay, call Sally, get testing kit, investigate, do all this kind of stuff. Do all the things. Heyo, Sally. I almost died. You'll be glad to hear. You were right about the ghost dogs. I admit it. They're real. I saw them.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
They ate your neighbor,
Did you
actually.
Did you see the dog?
Red Knott.
Yes, I did, and
He's
I can
dead.
understand why you left. They were pretty
He's been
frightening.
devoured.
But if it's okay with you,
He's
I'd
being
really like to
digested
stay
in
and
the
get to
ghost
bottom
dog's
of
stomach
whatever's
as we
going on.
speak.
That's why you
Soon
asked
he
me
will
here in
just
the
be
first place,
piles
right?
of dog poop fertilizing the forest.
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
When was the first time you saw the dogs?
I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance. But I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
Jeez. That's interesting she says that, because they don't appear every other night to Nancy, which is a bit of a shame.
Did they always come around the same time, or did it vary?
Actually, they always came around the same time. What are you getting at?
Punctual ghost
These attacks seem
dogs.
to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly
I love
attacked by a
Nancy.
pack
She's
of wild
been here
dogs,
for less
but
than
by dogs
24
who've been trained
hours,
by
and she's
someone
already
determined
formed
to
a
scare you
theory.
out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
Which 3 people?
Let's see, the park ranger, I forget his name, kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin,
You
she's the
could
one
say
who owns
an
that store I told you about.
acres
And
in
I
the
ran
neck.
into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knott. I've run into him too.
Other than people I may have nodded hello to.
Sally,
while
can I ask you a question? Did you give Red Knott permission to trespass on your place? Did you give him permission to set up an observation platform on your property and to live there, taking pictures in your bedroom window? Did you give him permission to do that?
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards
You don't
are
say.
so rotten you could fall right through.
Too little,
And I
too
keep
late,
hearing
Sally.
faint squeaks and rustling type noises
You know,
coming
you
from
were
below
worried
the
about the
floor.
ghost
I hope
dogs.
you're
I
not
think you
scared of
should be
mice.
worried about Ghost Nancy.
I'm curious. Why did you characterize the park ranger as a pain in the neck?
I left part of a ham sandwich on a picnic table once. Big mistake. From the way he carried on, you'd think I just made the FBI's 10 most
Ooh,
wanted list.
dangerous
I don't think he
ham.
likes me. Emily says it's because I wrecked his dream of becoming super ranger.
I can't
or
believe my
something,
cat
and
had a
I bought the
cameo in
Malone
this
house
game.
instead of the parks department. Me, I think he just basically has a problem relating to people unless they're asking questions or breaking the law.
Okay, so he's got like a superiority complex, power complex thing going on.
Talk
Got
to you
it,
later.
got it.
Bye.
Okay, cool. We're getting haunted by some ghost dogs. It's cool. It's really cool.
Stuck.
It's stuck. I love some classic Nancy voice lines. Okay, should we go meet Mr. Acres in the neck? Mr. gives me a stomach acres.
The boat's full of water.
Oh no. Okay, let's bail it out. Oh, okay, no. Okay, there we go.
Looks like footprints.
Okay, yeah, I can see them, I can see them. They just look like normal sized paw prints. I'd kind of expect ghost dogs to have big paw prints. Also, I actually expect ghost dogs to not leave any paw prints, because if they're ghosts, they wouldn't have corporeal form, would they? So, that's a big old clue. I need a bucket, says Nancy, right after picking up a bucket. Whoa. Oh. There we go, all bailed out. Okay, we got a screwdriver, that's helpful. You know, some people would say that Nancy Drew games are just chore simulators. I'd say it's only a chore if it's a pain to do. I don't know, when it's a chore in a Nancy Drew game, it's just so much more fun. At least in this one. The spark plug is missing. How am I supposed to escape with my life intact if the spark plug is missing? How am I supposed to flee from the ghost dogs? Okay, I guess we could... I guess we kind of have to, unfortunately, talk to Red Knott again. Although that's something I would actively avoid if I had the choice. When did they start using little poems to let you decide what time of day it was in Nancy games? I miss those. That was just, it's just so much fun to have a little poem to decide what time of day it is. What time is it, Mr. Dog? Gotta watch out for the ghost dogs. In theory. You know what? I think Red Knott should be in more trouble with Jeff Akers. Like, is he allowed to just camp here every night on someone else's property? I'm reporting you, Mr. Knott.
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Does that mean you'd like me to call you Mr. Red Knott?
Right,
Hit him with a sassy Nancy.
Nancy. Now put a muffler on it, would ya? I just heard a
I wish I could put a muffle on you. I love he's like, oh, shut up, you stupid little girl. But then he just is like, yammer, yammer, yammer. Oh, there's some spooky ghost dogs everywhere. Watch your back, little missy. Oh, this bird's out tonight. You want to scare the bird. It's like, sir, shut up. Shut up.
Did you say last
I don't
night
care.
that you
I
had
literally
an
do not
outboard
care
motorboat?
about your passions.
Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody
Thank
get
God
around
it's
by
not up
canoe.
to you. A
Nothing like
world
the threat
ruled
of
by
physical
Red
activity to
Knotts
keep
would be a
tourists away.
horrible place to be in.
You're not exactly a people person, are you?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people
That's
there
what
are
he
in a forest,
says.
the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
Heh, heh, heh. Oh my god, the dialogue in this game is so good. Like, Nancy's is at its best. The other characters are just so weird. So wonderfully weird.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my
Is that a
pocket.
spark plug in your pocket, or are you
Question
just
is, if I
happy to
give
see
you one,
me?
What do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Sir, I'm a teenager. I'm calling the police. I don't care. I'm calling Ranger Akers. I'm calling the police. I'm calling the FBI. I'm calling everyone I know. I am not taking pictures for you. Not in that way.
My friend Bess just got one for her birthday. I helped her figure out how to use it.
There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSAR.
Birds.
That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
Another creepy little laugh from Red Knott. I love how I feel like all Nancy Drew fans have kind of embraced this conspiracy that Red Knott is just a creepy old perv. I feel like it's just like a thing now. I guess.
Sounds good.
Here's everything you'll need.
Gee,
M's
thanks.
Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you?
Spunky.
These woods may not look it, but they're tin.
Absolutely iconic.
One lit match, and the best bird habitat on
Do
the
you
East
smoke?
Coast
No.
will go up in smoke.
I just
so watch
vape.
what you do, because if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore. I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
Jesus Christ, sir, that was a bit aggressive. I also think it's just, I don't know, for me, it's very funny to imagine Nancy as like an avid vapor. I just think that's very funny. This man is terrifying. Please get off my property. Get off my lawn, old man. How many bets do we have that his binoculars are aimed right at Sally's bedroom window? No, sir. There's more than one meaning for bird. Okay, so he gave me the spark plug, he gave me his camera. I can't just use it to take any pictures I like. That's so annoying. Damn, I was gonna take some really good pics for him. Okay. Morning, Nancy. Let's use the spark plug. Also, by the way, do you like my new setup? I got very inspired and I changed kind of my recording setup. I'm quite happy with it. I'm feeling very cozy. Okay.
I gotta have some torque.
I gotta have some torque. There's another iconic line. Okay, there's the spark plug. I'm not that kind of gay. Okay, so we've got the screwdriver. Wait, but we need to look at this. So positive, negative. I'm just gonna get my phone. This is the lazy person's Nancy Drew. I know it's like kind of more faithful to the spirit of the game to, you know, use paper and take notes, but I'm a modern girly. I'm a 21st century girl. I'm gonna be using technology to my advantage. I think that's right. I like this game because it's not too difficult in terms of Nancy Drews. Let's go see Mr. Stomach Acres. Mr. Neck Acres. Mr. Head Acres. This trip really gives me so much time to think up new nicknames for him. What a soulless ranger station. Like, they didn't want to give him some windows to look out on nature. His job is like a park ranger. Bit depressing. There he is.
Hello.
A
Can I help
fine specimen.
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald. Are you the park ranger?
Park Ranger Jeff Akers, at your service. Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
That's her. Unfortunately, she seems to have developed a problem of the canine kind.
She's got a
Don't tell me she
toothache.
believes all that ghost dog stuff.
So you know the legend?
I know almost everything about this area. Not only have I lived here all my life, but you're standing in the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I'm its equally unofficial curator.
What's your take on all this ghost dog stuff?
Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
Nancy needs to, like, give up her job. Like, Ranger Akers, spot on, straight out. He solved the case in, like, one sentence.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
He's so knowledgeable.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
EZ PZ.
Does everyone out here have a well?
Everyone who doesn't want to die of thirst does. Hooking up to a municipal water supply is out of the question. Too expensive.
Oh my god, I bet it would delight him if she wanted to look around at his factual and natural historical museum or what have you.
Would you mind mailing
I
this
love
letter for
this.
me?
I love
Not at all.
in the games when you actually mail Nancy's letters from the start of the game, like in Treasure in the Royal Tower too. I think it's such a nice little detail, and it makes the games feel like just that touch more immersive.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some
Are those
nasty
mice
diseases.
the size
Thanks for
of
the tip,
deer,
Ranger
or
Acres.
deer the size of mice? Dog paraphernalia, Ranger Acres? What's all this about? Pretty suspicious, if you ask me. Poison ivy. Who is sensitive? Me. I'm a Cancer. I'm sensitive. I'm very sensitive. Look at all these. He's made up all these little pamphlets about educational pamphlets about diarrhea. so great. Beaver fever. Oh, I got the beaver fever. The fever for beavers. No, actually, I don't. This sounds really bad. An illness caused by a parasite that lives in the intestines of people and animals. I think beavers are cool little animals. Actually, fun, maybe not so fun fact about beavers is that they will use the corpses of dead beavers to help build their dams. So they've got little decaying corpses of their brethren in their homes. Yeah, I guess it's not really a very fun fact. Use common sense. No smoking allowed. No firearms. Damn, I can't just get out my gun and shoot the ghost dogs if they try to get me. Can't shoot Red Knott whenever he trespasses onto my property when he steps over the property line. Nancy gets a rifle out. Warned you, Red Knott. But I can't do that because firearms are prohibited. The hell is this? What about, the Fifth Amendment? I'm Canadian. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Never sweep. Never sweep. Lyme disease. Now that is scary. Prevention tips. Wear light colored clothing. Wear long sleeve shirt. Inspect your skin. Thanks, Ranger Stink. Ranger Stink is so helpful. So knowledgeable. I love Ranger Stink. He's the best park mascot since Smokey the Bear. Fishing regulations, boating regulations, hiking tips. Look at all this. Ranger Acres has put all his little graphic design skills into this. He's put his whole... I don't want to say it, but he's put his whole Runasi into this. We're moving on from that. We're moving on. Chipmunk, cool. I just love chipmunks. Look at this duck. Do you think Ranger Acres shot that duck and stuffed it himself? Oh, that's a bald eagle. Are you allowed to shoot bald eagles and taxidermy them? I didn't think you were allowed to use firearms at all in Moon Lake. But I guess it's a different rule if you're the park ranger. Okay, it's about FDR. This is quite an educational game. Oh my god. A train? You've caught my attention. I just realized I can't read this. My brain is like, county, country, dedication. I'm just reading like 5 words in that. I do not have the attention span right now. I love a little museum though. Okay, we've had our fun. We'll be back. Oh, you bet we'll be back.